Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is episode 3 in this new series we're doing. Who is the early season MVP? As I said, we're a quarter of the way through the NBA season. So we have I know it is only a quarter of the way through, but yeah, at this stage you're going to have a fair idea which players are showing that they are capable of winning MVP this year. And one of those candidates, as he is every year, is LeBron James. And in my opinion, he's the favourite to win it at this stage of the season. Granted, it's only one quarter of the way through, but what LeBron's done this season at age 36 in year 18, which you're going to hear a lot, it's nothing short of remarkable, really. As myself, as a big LeBron James fan, I think he should have more than that. I think 4 regular season MVPs he has, he should have way more than that. But I think this year, if LeBron keep this up, I don't see why he can't win this year's MVP. Anyway, into LeBron's stats. This season, he's still averaging 25 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game. Unbelievable stat. Good stat line for LeBron, at this age. He's also shooting 49% from field. He's shooting a career high 41% from 3. And he's shooting almost 7 threes a game, 6.8 threes a game. So 41% on 7 shots a game. It's a career high for him. It's very impressive. Every year he's improving on something. Last year was his first year averaging double-digit assists in the regular season, and this year career high in 3-point shooting. So even at this age, he's still improving something in his game. He's finding stuff to improve on, and it's very impressive to see him keep going. And he's also shooting 71.8% from the free throw line. And as most people know, free throws isn't LeBron's strength. So almost 72% is quite respectful for him. And LeBron, he's led the Lakers to second in the Western Conference so far this season, as this video is being recorded, with an 18-6 record. He had a triple-double against the Denver Nuggets, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So unbelievable for him, really. And then the most recent game they played was against the Detroit Pistons. And for some reason, the Pistons, they're trash. They've got a 5-18 record. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA, but they played the Lakers twice this season. They bet them the first time, and they forced the Lakers into a double overtime this time around. LeBron, in this game, he got 36 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds. Pushed the limits. They got 2 clutch threes in double overtime to get the Lakers over the line. Something about that Pistons team when they played the Lakers, they just turn up. But so far the Lakers, they're not far off the top of the West. It's only the Jazz ahead of them, as I said, second in the Western Conference. I expect them to go top of the West by the end of the season, and they've only one loss behind the Jazz. So yep, LeBron, he's got the Jazz playing very well. So he's got the Lakers playing very well, and personally himself, his second triple-double this season, he's playing very well as well. This season he's played in all the games, as I said, and after having the shortest break in NBA history, off-season in NBA history, it was only 71 days was the off-season they got this season after the bubble. Unbelievable. People thought he'd be load managing at 36 years old in year 18, but he's after 71 days after winning his 4th NBA Finals MVP and 4th championship, he's still playing every single game, no load managing, he's not stopping. And I think it's great. He spends so much money on his body. He's well able to play these games for sure. He is playing a career low 33 minutes, but he's people like AD, his teammate. He's outplayed AD this year, and he's playing more games than AD. AD is load managing. LeBron, so far so good. No load managing, no injuries. He's playing, putting up great stats, and hopefully, long may that continue for Lakers fans and for people that like to see LeBron do well. Obviously, this season he had a career high. Well, not a career high. He had a season high. 46 points versus the Cleveland Cavaliers on his return to Cleveland. So great to do it against your former franchise, former team. Unbelievable. And then I think the next night or the next game they played the Philadelphia 76ers and he dropped 34 points. Yes, they lost in the last few seconds of that game. Tobias Harris with the game winner. But LeBron has clearly shown this is still his team. As I said, he's shooting a career high 41% from 3. Like, we need to on 7 threes. 41% on 7 threes. Unbelievable. I know I said this but LeBron, one of his the weaknesses of LeBron, people used to say, is the free throw shooting and the 3-point shooting. His 3-point shooting's gone way up, as I said. And as I also said, he's doing all this on a career low 33 minutes. But as I said all this. If he did win the MVP this year, I think he'd be the oldest MVP winner of all time. So 36, he's still doing it. In my opinion, he's the best in the league, but will he be the MVP? Some people think that he should have won the MVP last season, averaging 10 assists. First time he ever averaged double-digit assists in his career, and the only player averaging double-digit assists in the league last year. But you know, Giannis got it, and his stats he was putting up, you know, you can't really complain. But some people thought that Bron could have easily won it last year. He hasn't won the MVP award since 2013, which I think is very, you know, people might think it's a disgrace. That's the extreme level. I just think it's mind-blowing, really. You know, since 2013, LeBron James hasn't won the MVP. Come on, he should have at least another 2 more, at least. He should have. I think he's going to win it this year, but I think he'd have 2 more anyway. I think this year voters will appreciate that LeBron averaging 25 points, a career high 3-point shooting rate at 36 in year 18, and all the mileage he has clocked up. I think the voters will nice him this year, and they'll, you know, vote for him for MVP this year. For years and years keeps snubbing him and going for this new guy, whoever the new person is at the time, and they just leave LeBron. You know, they say, oh, he's won it 4 times already. You know, we'll vote for someone else this year. I think this year the voters will appreciate the shorter off season, the amount of mileage in that guy's legs, the amount of playing time. So I think this year he's in with a very good chance of winning it. And as it stands right now, I think he's the favourite to win the MVP. But as I keep saying, we're only 1/4 of the way through. LeBron can get an injury in a week or 2, and that could be him done. You know, who knows? Hopefully not though. And you know, as I said, 36 years old. It's unbelievable to see what he's doing. But if he keeps up his stats, I think he's in with a very good chance of winning this MVP. Like, if he can keep up this career high shooting, or even close to it, and averaging 25 points per game, and 7.7 rebounds and 7.5 assists, I think he's in a very good shout to win this MVP. People thought LeBron would be load managing a lot, and he hasn't. So far, so good. He hasn't missed a game so far. And AD, as I said, he's had an underwhelming season. AD, you know, especially after last year's playoffs, he was unbelievable. And after last year's playoffs, people were saying, you know, LeBron might be handing over the keys to the Lakers. You know, AD will be the main man this year. The slow transition will go to AD this year. No, not this year anyway. Maybe next year, but not this year. This year LeBron has shown that this is still his team for sure, and that he's the main man. And people using the excuse of AD, you know, saying, oh, you got another superstar with you with AD. This year, so far, that excuse doesn't count really, because AD hasn't stepped up. He's only averaging like 22 points per game. AD, he struggled so far to get this year. I'm surprised by that, because he's only 28 in his prime. Lately, he does get injured. He is injury prone, so Lakers will need to load manage him more than LeBron. But you know, it's just showing that LeBron, he's done very well, even with an underperforming AD. But you know, hopefully, as a Lakers fan myself and a big LeBron James fan, at the end of the day, if you're going to tell me 2 choices, you get LeBron winning MVP or win the chip, I'm going for the chip all day. So whatever, as long as LeBron stays fit and he's ready to go in the playoffs, LeBron's always got another gear in him for the playoffs. So as long as he stays fit for that, I'm all for it. And his numbers will increase in the playoffs. But as a regular season MVP, will these numbers be enough to win the MVP? Of course. He can keep this up, he'll win the MVP, I think. You know, unless someone really breaks out. As of now, LeBron is a favourite to win the MVP. And if voting started right now and ended in a week, I think he'd win the MVP. But you know, it's a long season ahead. Injuries, load management, even COVID, that can all come into play. So we have to wait and see. But as of right now, I think LeBron is the favourite for the MVP, but he's not a clear mile ahead of everyone else. I think he's slightly ahead of people like Joel Embiid, a good bit ahead of Jokic, and other people will talk in future episodes. But I think LeBron right now, he's a front runner, not by a whole pile. So any other candidates, you know, there's still a long way to go. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Will LeBron James win MVP in your opinion? You know, you can say I'm a biased LeBron James fan. You know, you can say that for sure. But you know, I gotta respect the guy what he's doing in year 18. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for new, and turn on notifications, because we're trying to get as many videos as we can out over these next few days. Obviously, we have 5 episodes at least in this series, so we got 2 more to go. So make sure to stay tuned in for that. And with all that said, guys, I'm out of here.